I'm making this video based on a comment that made me think about something. Um, a lot of you guys, and me as well, we chose the road uh, that we would uh, walk down, like the family we'd be born into. We chose it. We chose the road that we would walk for our own path, soul growth, you name it. And I feel that's true. We all chose that. But God knows I've regretted that. 100%. God knows I've regretted that choice of what I chose to be born into. It's been that difficult, that hard to survive. And He knows it. I've regretted it. You know what I mean? I should have picked an easier path. You know what I mean? I should have, but I didn't. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I didn't. You know? And only God knows the specifics about why and how my road was so hard. I've been way over my head. God knows it, you know? Way over my head. I'm still in over my head. The only reason I'm able to keep going is I'm like fused with Jesus Himself. You know what I mean? That's the only reason I'm able to keep going, is I'm fused with God Himself, Jesus, and it's still a hard road with us together. The Jesus. We're working together. Even with my Jesus issues, doesn't matter. We're like working together. Still hard to keep going. Still hard to keep afloat. Still wondering how this is all going to work out. How it could possibly all work out without being homeless or dead. You know what I mean? Either one. I'm not even joking, and God knows it as well. But God's pulling the strings out in the sky to make things work out on the ground wherever we go, you know. Wherever me and Jesus go, God's pulling strings that everything works out wherever we go. That's the only reason this path is allowed to continue. God's cheating. I'm saying it point blank. God's cheating, you know. You know, I owe this huge bill. All of a sudden, it's paid off. That kind of cheating. That's what I'm talking about. That kind of cheating. This whole bill's paid off out of nowhere. That's what I'm talking about. That kind of cheating. The kind of bills you have that would put you on the streets, God's paying them off for me. Out of nowhere, you know. So He's pulling strings like that. That's how this road is still going. Anyways, sorry for the theatrics, but it's real. It's legit. But anyways, God knows I've regretted being born. Basically, I've regretted it. Being born in the situation I was born into, I regret it wholeheartedly. And ever since, I'm like, fuck you. To God, I'm like, fuck you, get me out of here. You know, it's been that difficult the whole way. I'm like, there's no point to any of this. There's no point, no reward, nothing. There isn't. I just think it's pure suffering. That's it. That's what I think it is, you know. I'm like, this is pointless, you know. I don't have anything of value. You know, I'm just fucking extending this longer and longer for God's benefit for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, my life has been so hard, so difficult. This is no bullshit. That only Jesus could survive it and get to this point. I know it. He's the only person out of anybody. No one else could have survived this road except for Jesus Himself. In a way, he's the one that's making me survive it because He survived it. That's how this road is still going. Jesus survived it. A road so hard. This is no bullshit. A road so hard most humans would have committed suicide in their teenage years and successfully committed suicide. That's how hard this road has been. Every human on the planet would have committed suicide. No problem. Successfully. They would have found a way. That's how hard and impossible this road has been. You know what I mean? They would have found a way to commit suicide successfully as a teenager. Every other human on the planet would have. No joke. If they were to run away, they couldn't survive. They were taught no life skills. Basically. That's the shit we're talking about here. God knows it. I don't care what anybody says. They would have been dead a long time ago. By their own hand. No bullshit. No bullshit. And God knows it. So, that's why it shocked me that when Jesus jumped in, I'm like, how? How is this possible? Jesus survived this somehow? He thinks he can heal everything I've been through? Impossible. Impossible. That's why I've been saying it's impossible this whole way. I'm like, there's no way Jesus could have survived and healed all the way from this. It's impossible. You know what I mean? But goddamn, I'm still alive. So I'm like, shit. Maybe it is possible. So when I say, with full honesty, that only Jesus himself, the Jesus that walked to the cross, the Son of God, could walk this road, I mean it. Only he could. Only he could walk this road. Only he could. No bullshit. I'm not bullshitting anybody. That's how hard this road, my life has been. God knows it as well. It's been so damn hard, you know. Like, people are having normal conversations at the dinner table, eating, you know, having a peaceful life, you know, watching some TV at night, you know. I'm fighting fucking demons. God knows it. I'm out here fucking fighting demons. While everybody else is like in fucking a different alternate reality, you know. And God knows it's true, you know. Because God knows I see through that fakeness, you know, television being fake and all that whole lifestyle, you know. God knows I see through it. And so the opposition knows that. I see through the world. And they hate that, you know. So they attack me. He's like, he's not falling for the tricks everybody else is. He's not even watching television. He's not watching television. What the hell? Damn right I'm not. And I'm not even on the internet either, fuckers. Except for YouTube. That's it. God knows it. I'm like, fuck all you guys, you know. Everybody else is off in fucking cyberland, not me. You know, because I'm smart. Yeah. I know their tricks, you know, I know what they're doing. Remember, I was a part of their gang. I know what they're doing to people to mess with their heads, you know. But anyways, even I fall into mental traps with YouTube, though. But I'm like, it's worth the risk to make videos. It's still worth the risk for this much internet time, you know. Anyway. But anyways, I thought about this today. I'm like, I've always felt this. I bit off more than I could chew by being born, walking the road, living the life I lived, walking the road I walked. To this point, I bit off way more than I could chew. Way more. Like I said, most people would have committed suicide as a teenager before it really got hard. Before it really got hard. When they got older, their 20s or 30s, when it really got hard, when the road really got hard. They would have committed suicide before their life got really hard. Think about that. It's fucking true. Before things really got tough, they would have ended their lives. 100%. I think I was in the worst scapegoating scenario. I had to have been. In a cult as well. Hostage situation. I totally saw it as a hostage situation. God knows it was. Like invisible guns were to my head, you know, all the time. Just kind of like I felt at the Baptist church, you know, invisible guns at my head. You sign the covenant paper or die. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. But anyway, I digress. But God knows I'm like, this road is so impossible. I'm doing risky shit. I'm like, it's so impossible. I'm doing risky stuff. I'm going all these different places, that don't even know who I am. I'm just going there. It's just like, hey, how are you? They've never seen me before. Hey, how are you? I'm doing ballsy stuff. I'm like, it's over. God knows that's what I'm doing. Like, I'm going forward like no other. Because I don't know, God knows I think it's over for me. I could be homeless so easily. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. I could be homeless so easily. It's not even funny. And God knows it. The only reason I'm not homeless is God's pulling strings. That's the only reason I'm not homeless. If you're wondering. That's the only reason God's pulling strings to keep me not homeless. He is. I'm like, God damn. Because I have nobody. You know what I mean? I don't. I just have God pulling strings. He knows it. Things have to work. God has to pull strings for things to work out. To keep me alive, God has to pull strings. He does. Until his purpose is done. God has to keep pulling strings. He does. I'm like, God damn. I'm like, shit. I'm like, is it really that important? You know what I mean? You know the state I'm in, the physical state I'm in, Is it really that important to keep it going in this state I'm in? Is it really that important? Apparently it is, But anyways, I'm all riled up because, I don't know. I'm just tired, Another person was trying to use me today. I'm like, I don't even care anymore. I don't even care if people use me anymore. I'm like, God damn, I don't care anymore. That's how much I think it's over. I'm like, just use me. I don't care. Use me for this or that. I don't care. God may keep me alive anyways, somehow. But anyways. But yeah, it's no bullshit. My life has been that hard that I'm like basically yelling at God, you get me out of here. It's been that difficult. I've even tried my best effort the last 10 years with Jesus helping me, obviously helping me. Still, I want out. That's how hard it's been. That's how hard it's been. The Jesus walking in my shoes with me still is difficult as fuck. I'm like, get me out of here. Still, with Jesus himself. No bullshit. Because I'm only alive because of Jesus. I'm only still alive and going because of Jesus. I'm only improving because of Jesus. That's it. It's not because of me. It's not my effort. It isn't. God knows, if it was just me, I'd still be locked up in a corner right now. In a jail cell. Literally, if it was just me. Literally, God knows that too, But anyways, this road has been that hard. It's easily 100%. I can say this without any hesitation. Second hardest road ever walked on this planet. Second hardest. Hands down. Jesus, the first hardest road. Me, second hardest road. Hands down. No bullshit. God knows it's truth. I was surprised that Jesus survived my road. That's how I know it's second hardest. I was surprised Jesus survived this road to this point. At age 29, I'm 40 right now. At age 29, I was shocked that Jesus survived. At age 29, that he survived and kept living. That's how hard this road has been. I was shocked Jesus survived and kept going. You know what I mean? But only with what he did in Gethsemane. Oh, I'm serious. Whatever he did in Gethsemane allowed him to survive and keep going on the road I'm on right now. It's no bullshit. Like, literally, The shit he did in Gethsemane is happening with me right now to keep me going. It is. It's no bullshit. My goddamn. So God predicted my road back then in Gethsemane. He predicted it. He saw it ahead of time. That's why he's been able to predict everything that's happened to this point. He's predicted my movements. Everything. Everything in the future, he's predicted it. To get me to this point, he'll predict what I'm doing tomorrow to get me farther. You know what I mean? He's already seen it happen because of Gethsemane. He's seen my whole life because of Gethsemane. Isn't that fucking crazy? What Jesus did in Gethsemane, God has seen my whole life, my entire life. He's seen the whole thing. From birth to my natural death. Not my suicide, my natural death. God has seen my whole life. The whole way. You know what I mean? He has. So I'm basically living Gethsemane right now. You know what I mean? I am. What Jesus did in Gethsemane, I'm living part of it, you know? The suffering. You know? Because it's that is keeping me alive. What Jesus did in Gethsemane. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. And God knows I'm telling the truth. I'm totally telling the truth on that. I'm like, there's no way I should be alive right now. There's no way. There's no way. And God knows it. Only Gethsemane. Only what Jesus did in Gethsemane is keeping me alive. That's it. God knows it. So much shit. So part of me is like, back then, I'm like, I wish Jesus didn't do that so I could be dead. But a part of me is like, maybe it's a good thing that he did do that so I'm not dead. Could go both ways, you know? But anyways, so yeah, I definitely, like I've always, and God knows it too, I'm like, I bit off more than I could chew by the life I chose to be born into. To this point, I bit off way more than I can chew. Way more than I could chew. You know what I mean? I was up against some heavy shit growing up. God knows it. Full-blown psychopaths in close quarters. I grew up around them. I grew up around psychopaths that probably were possessed by demons trying to take me down in many, many ways. You know what I mean? Every way you can think of, they were trying to take me down. Self-esteem, you name it. Self-esteem, confidence, you know, everything you can think of. They can try. They did everything except kill my body, like I've said before. They did everything to me except kill my physical body, like finish me, my physical body. They did everything else. God knows it's true. They did everything. They did everything. God knows it. So I'm just like, God damn, why couldn't they just have the balls to finish me? Why can't one psychopath have some fucking balls? That's what I've always said. I'm like, why couldn't one psychopath have some fucking balls and finish me off? Finish my body off, for fuck's sake. No balls. No balls. None of them. They talk tough. They bully kids, but they have no balls to finish the kid. No balls. Anyways, enough about that. About facts. About things God already knows because he saw it all. Anyway. God knows I think this road's impossible. Even still, I think this road's impossible. With my best effort for 10 years straight, I still think this road's impossible. Whatever road this is that God wants me to do, it's fucking impossible. I'm just like, haven't I helped you enough with the videos so far, with all the videos? Haven't I helped you enough to get me out of here? Please tell me I've done enough for you, God. Please. Please. Before I end up homeless. You know, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, before I end up homeless, please tell me I've done enough for you, God, please. You know the condition I'm in. You know, Hello? I thought I'd be fully healed by now. I'm not. Hello? You know? That's why I was laughing about someone's like saying, thinking this is like funny, ha, social media. It ain't. It ain't. This is real fucking survival. Second hardest road ever walked right now. God knows it. Only Jesus has walked a harder road than this. Only he has. You're witnessing the second hardest road ever walked on this planet right now. God knows it's true. I know it's true. Second hardest road ever walked. You're watching it, witnessing it. Bit by bit, you're witnessing it. Day by day, you're witnessing it. Second hardest road ever seen. Ever witnessed, you're watching the second hardest road. Second to the crucifixion, you're watching it right now. No bullshit. God knows it's true. He knows it's true. I know it's true. God knows it's true. I was shocked that Jesus survived this road. I was shocked. I'm like, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way Jesus came back from this. No fucking way. That's why I've been in denial this whole way. I'm like, Jesus survived this somehow. And kept going. Kept walking like I'm walking now. Jesus kept walking. He survived the worst part of the road. Jesus did. He survived it. And kept walking. That's what I'm talking about. The worst part of my life, the worst part of the road of my life, that I thought nobody could survive, not even Jesus, not God, no one could survive. Jesus survived it somehow and came back. That's how he's been able to get me to this point right now. Somehow he survived all that shit. My goddamn. Part of me is like, I don't care anymore. I can just die, can't I? But no, I can't die. I have to keep going. I'm like, God damn it. I can't just die and get out of this. I can't go somewhere and just die somewhere. Get out of this, you know. I can't. Shit. I have to keep walking, you know. But anyways, God knows that I've regretted being born. Oh, like you would not believe. I've regretted being born on this planet. I've regretted it at a young age. And I've regretted it ever since that young age. Nothing's gotten better since that young age, really. Nothing's gotten better, in my opinion. Do you see me in a loving relationship with a kid named Timmy? No, you don't. Nothing got better since that young age. Nothing did. Yeah. Nothing of value happened since that young age. Nothing. In my opinion. I was just hoping I would die from natural causes somehow. Something would kill me. My smoking would kill me. Something I thought would kill me. No, it didn't kill me. I'm like, shit. God knows that disappointed me. And nothing I tried killed me. I'm like, God damn it. So now I've been trying to heal myself for real, you know, get healthy. But it's been hard, you know. It's like too little too late, but somehow Jesus kept going on this road anyways. Even though I'm saying too little too late, somehow Jesus kept going. You know what I mean? Even though I think it's impossible, it's totally impossible to keep walking like this. Jesus kept going. I'm like, God damn it. Only Jesus could do this. Only he could. Put aside all the distractions of this world and keep going, basically. All of his doubts, just keep going anyways. Only Jesus could do that. Sure, maybe he would say, Father, get me out of here a few times or once. But other than that, he would keep going. So, my God damn it. Expect expect too much from me, God. Expect way too much from me. You think way too much from me, of me. You think I can do anything, apparently. Apparently you think I can do the impossible. By the time this road is done, I'll be skin and bones and nothing left of me, you know? My goddamn. But, I don't know. I thought about asking for donations. You know, I don't do it very often. Because I'm like, God, you prove that you can keep this road going without donations from anybody. You prove it. Prove how good you are, you know? So I'm like, I don't know. But it would help. And God knows it as well. It would help in a lot of ways if I got some donations for once on my channel. I've been donated to once, and I'm grateful for that one time. But other than that, no one's donated to my channel. But I'm not even sure it's worth donations. You know, my self-esteem's so low. Like, is it even worth donating to? All this crazy talk. I don't know. But if you are donating to me, you definitely are donating to Jesus. You are. Like, a lot of people say that. You're donating to Jesus and all that. You really are. I didn't walk this way, this far with just me. It's me and Jesus. You're donating to Jesus as well. To continue this road. To keep this road going. To keep videos going. You're donating to Jesus as well. For real, you are. 100%. But my Cash App is, man, I haven't said it in a long time. It's been so long. $, adam71783. If you want to donate, I'd be very grateful, you know, for that. Hopefully my Cash App card is still good. Haven't used it in a long time, the Cash App card. Long time I haven't. I lost total confidence in getting donations from my channel because it never really happened. So I just stopped asking. And I'm not here to drain you guys for money. I'm not here for that. God knows it as well. I'm not here for that. It's legit. I'm not. But it would help me keep afloat and not worry as much about stuff as I keep going. You know, it would. Because it's not like I can be like, call a family member to help me out. I can't. I'm no contact. I can't call a family member to help me out. I can't. God knows it. So I'm like, oh shit. What I used to do to help bail me out, I can't do that anymore. You know what I mean? And that's tough for me. Like, that's tough for me to handle. I'm like, oh shit. I can't ask family to bail me out anymore. I'm like, shit. Somehow I have to trust God knows how to help me anyways. Somehow, you know, through every different ways. Who knows? And I think one of those ways is to donate to my channel, you know, so I can keep going, basically. Not think I'll be homeless every damn month, basically. Not cut it so close every damn month. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. But anyways. But part of me is like, oh, God will take care of me. But it's not like he's dropping cash from the sky. He's not. He's not like dropping cash on my head. He's not. It has to come different ways. You know what I mean? Somehow. So I'm trying to do my part and make money with YouTube effort. You know, it does take effort to make videos, like energy and stuff. It takes effort to make videos. Even though it comes naturally to make videos for me, it does. It comes very natural for me for some reason. You know, maybe because of God, I don't know. I have a lot to say over all the years that I wasn't allowed to talk, basically. I have a lot to say about religion, everything. Even things about God, I have things to say. Everything I felt over all my life, I have things to say. Get it out of me. You know what I mean? Get it all out, basically. Out on the canvas. That's what I'm doing with the videos. Getting it all out. You know what I mean? And hopefully one day it'll heal me. Getting it all out of me. Basically. But anyways. But yeah. God knows, like every damn day, I'm like, man, like I bit off way more than I could chew. Every day I'm like that. I'm like, oh. God knows I think it's over. Every damn day. Even though I keep going. Every day I think it's over. I know it's the worst mentality to have, but it's like I'm being realistic. I'm being realistic. By the condition I'm in. The shit I have to pay off and stuff. And keep going, you know, I'm being realistic. And God knows it, you know. Be a lot easier if I was just dead. Didn't have to worry about anything on the planet. Be a lot easier if I was just dead. Didn't have to worry about all this shit. God knows that. That's what I struggle with, you know. Like if I was dead, I wouldn't have to pay any bills. If I was dead. You know what I mean? If I was dead, I wouldn't have to live anywhere. Wouldn't even have to worry about being homeless if I was dead. You know what I mean? God knows I think those things for sure. Like I lived a hard life anyways. I should be dead, you know. I deserve to be dead from my hard life, you know. God knows that. But God thinks about it the other way. You deserve to live a good life because you lived a hard life. That's how God thinks about it. Thinks about it backwards from me. I'm like, I lived a damn hard life. I deserve an honorable, quick death. That's how I think about it. This is how God thinks about it. You lived a very fucking hard life. You deserve to have a damn good life because of that. I'm going to keep you alive and give you a damn good life because of that. That's how God thinks. That's how we're different. You know how it says God's ways aren't my ways? That's true. His ways of thinking isn't my way of thinking? That's true. In this respect, 100%. My life is so hard, I should die quickly. Get out of it. You know, from my perspective. From God's perspective, oh, you lived a damn hard life. You should live a great life somehow after it all, you know. Because you lived a damn hard life. See the difference? But part of me is like, because I lived a damn hard life, it's impossible to heal from that damn hard life to live a good life. See the problem, God? See the problem? I'm unable to heal from the damn hard life to live a good life. See what I mean? God doesn't realize this pickle. Because of the damn hard life, I can't live a damn good life. Because of the damn hard life. Took a toll on me. Yeah. But anyways. But yeah, if you choose to donate, that'd be very helpful. It would be. Very grateful as well. But anyways. Maybe I can make something of my channel, maybe. With more financial support, maybe I can make something more of my channel, maybe. Instead of just saying it's over for me, fuck it. Don't care anymore, yeah, to make money on my channel. Been through too much, it's over, yeah. But anyways, that's all I want to say is like, I think about that too. I'm like, man, if I didn't live that hard-ass life, I always think about that. I'd be living great right now. Because I envy people. I can tell, which is pretty much everybody, that haven't had a hard-ass life. That's me. I can tell. You know, I just have to walk outside. You know what I mean? God knows it. I'm just like, I'm envious of people that haven't had a hard-ass life. They can have relationships pretty easily, you know, no problem, you know. For me, it's kind of hard to have relationships with people, like real ones, you know, with like the opposite sex and stuff, you know. Like real relationships, you know, not quick flings or, you know. I'm like, if I didn't have a hard-ass life, I could have like real relationships with people, you know. more easily, you know. Like I said, I would have had a wife and kids a long time ago, in my opinion, if I didn't live a hard life. Long time ago. Long time ago. I would have had a kid named Timmy a long time ago. God knows it as well. But anyway, maybe it's good I don't start a family young, because sometimes that ends in disaster anyways, you know, and God knows that. If I'm older, I'm a lot more mature to start a family, maybe. You know, I want Timmy to have a solid father. You know what I mean? I need to be a solid father for Timmy before he's born. I need to be a solid father already. You know what I mean? Timmy needs a solid father in his life. He's not even born, but he needs a solid father. I know it. He'll be born sometime. I know it. Yeah. God promised me. Remember that. He promised me. Don't forget that. God cannot lie. A son named Timmy's coming. Don't you forget it. Or you'll live to regret it. It's like my catchphrase now. It's from Dragon Ball Z, though. All my lines are from Dragon Ball Z. A lot of them. They have some cool lines in Dragon Ball Z, alright? They do. God knows it. You know, coolest lines are from Dragon Ball Z. Coolest lines ever said are from Vegeta. The general in that anime, in my opinion. He's the prince. He's the general type guy. That's why I can relate to him. You know what I mean? He and I have a lot in common. Me and Vegeta. A lot in common. Born as slaves to tyrants. A lot in common. A lot in common. Eventually was freed by Goku in a way. Kind of like Jesus is trying to free me. Yeah. Like I said, there's a lot of similarities to that anime and my life. Jesus was born, Vegeta was born a slave like I was. Like I felt like I was a slave growing up. I did. I was born a slave. 100%. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, you weren't born in the 1800s. You weren't a slave. I was a slave. And God knows it. I wasn't just a slave. I was a whipping post as well. Both. Whipping post and slave at the same time. So. If anybody knows how Jesus was treated back in the day, closest, if anybody's kind of knows, the closest of how he was treated, it's me. From how I was treated. I understand it very well on a level not many people do. Like I said before, I understand what Jesus went through more than most people do on the planet right now. I understand what he went through. To an extent, more than most, because of my suffering. How much I've gone through on the planet. I understand what he went through to an extent. 100%. That's why he understands me. He has compassion for me. No matter what I say about him. He doesn't care. You know what I mean? He knows what I've been through. To the point that he doesn't care what I say. Doesn't care that I'm mad at him. Doesn't care. He understands. Because he lived my life. And he's been through horrible shit as well. Jesus has. So, anyway. I know I'm kind of like the kid brother of Jesus, you know, the pissed off kid brother, which in a way it feels like that. But still. I feel like I understand him pretty well. On some level, I do. To take a lot of punishment in life and still not go down, basically. Still keep walking, basically. I know what it's like. Yeah. To want to quit, but don't. To want to quit with all your might, but you don't. You keep going. Because God the Father says so. Yeah. Father said, Jesus, you complete the mission. The Father says, Adam, you complete your mission. So that's where we're at. I haven't completed my mission yet. So, hence why I'm still alive. But I have a feeling, and I feel this to be true. When I complete the mission, I'll be an old man and die of natural causes. I feel that. Once the mission is fully completed, I'll be an old man. That's how much shit God wants me to do in between now and an old man. That's how much shit he wants me to do for him. Don't you forget it. Or you'll live to regret it, you know? You'll live to regret it if you forget it, yeah. But even if by chance God takes me in my sleep, you know, at any point, I'm okay with that. He knows that. I'm okay with that. I'm very okay with being taken in my sleep at any time. Anytime he chooses, I'm okay with it. Perfectly fine with it. So, but if he doesn't, I have to wake up. I have to keep going. That's the rules. That's the rules of life. You wake up, you keep going. That's the rules of life. Don't you forget it. Or you'll live to regret it again. Anyway. I almost want to call out some of you guys' screen names, you know. Don't you forget it. You call you by your screen name and stuff. There's some people that, you know, there's some people that follow me or that I like, you know what I mean? There are. Your comments make me laugh. And even the people that give me a hard time, I like you too for some reason. I don't know. You know, you make me think. I'm like, God damn, maybe I do have to change some things. You make me think, for sure. I'm like, God damn. Even though God knows I don't want to change something. I don't want to change. Changing takes work, you know. Changing takes effort. Even if it's for my benefit. You think I want to go to a Baptist church and shape up real quick? No, I don't. I'd rather sit home. And watch some Dragon Ball Z, all right? That's what I'd rather do. God knows it. I'd rather sit home, watch Dragon Ball Z than go to a Baptist church, 100%. But I'm not. I'm going to a Baptist church. Don't you forget it. Or you'll live to regret it. That's been the catchy line for me, yeah. For sure. Anyways, if you want to donate to the channel, that'd be very grateful, very helpful for me and grateful for God as well. You're not donating to some greedy church, I promise. It's different. It's totally different. It's me solo with Jesus. Solo. For the most part, it's just the two of us, you know. Maybe my best friend Chad too, you know. The three of us, you know, we're trying to keep going together, you know. We'll keep going on this impossible journey. This impossible road we're trying to keep going. Somehow, some way. But they're using my body. So I'm like, shit, I wish it wasn't. I wish I was like trying to use someone else's body. So it wouldn't be my responsibility, you know. But since it's my body, I'm responsible, you know. I gotta pay the bills, you know. Manually. Myself. Not Jesus, me. Even though he makes sure it's good. Anyway, somehow he pays bills in the air, you know. $1,500 bill, Jesus pays it off. Somehow he has money to pay off these bills. Jesus does. Don't know how, he just does. I don't know. Miracles happen, you know. But anyways. But yeah, every day I'm like, God damn. I'm like, why am I not dead? How am I not dead? How? How am I going to keep going like this? I say that every damn morning. I'm like, how the hell am I going to keep going like this? How? This is impossible. To keep going like this. It's insane to me. To keep going. to keep actually going still is insane to me. In the condition I'm in, it's insane to me. It is. God knows I see this as totally insane. But somehow he has an idea of how to repair me totally, eventually. Eventually he has an idea of how to do it, you know? I go, man, this is insane. Just because of who I am, I'm like, I'm such a stubborn person, a resistant person. It's impossible with me. It's like taking Jesus all his effort he's ever had to change me, even a little bit. All the effort he's ever had to try to change me. No one else can change me, but Jesus is trying his best. All his effort to try to change who I am. Don't you forget it, or you live to regret it. I'm like saying all these catchphrases before I die. All these cool catchphrases, you know. Hell yeah. But anyways, I'm trying to make these videos quick before I go to bed, you know. I don't know. But the days keep coming, you know. It's just like one after the other. Bam, 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 bam. The days keep coming, you know. God knows I'm having trouble keeping up with all these days. Keeping on coming. They never stop. These days never could stop. I'm like, God, stop the sun just for a little bit. Stop the sun in the air just for a little bit. Just stop the sun, please. Let me catch up. Let my brain catch up. Stop that sun, please, for me. I'm having trouble keeping up, God. Stop the sun. You know what I mean? Even stop the moon if you have to. Stop both of them. Goddamn. Having trouble keeping up. I'm a starseed. Maybe. I should be able to keep up, but it's hard. Time and space doesn't make sense to me, you know. So it's hard to keep up. I don't think time exists to God either. So time doesn't exist for me and for God, so that's what makes it difficult to keep up with this world that depends on time. Yeah, goddamn. It's like every day's on a chopping block with this time thing, you know? Just like one after the other, bam, bam, bam. But anyways, enough about that. But I think you're right. We do pick our roads before we're born. We pick the family we're born into, you know, for our own overall benefit in the end. Soul growth, you name it, our benefit. But God knows I've regretted that. I've regretted that decision of what I got born into. I've regretted it. 100%. I've regretted it. Even to this day, I've regretted being born in the situation I was born into. I regret it. No bullshit. No bullshit. I regret it. To the point where I wish I could revert back in time. Go back into my mother's room and not be born. That's how much I've regretted being born. I wish I could go reverse it all the way back to where I'm in my mother's womb and I'm dead before I'm born. I die before I'm born. She gets an abortion, basically. That's how much I've regretted being born. I wish she would have gotten an abortion instead. You know what I'm saying? But God's one crazy bastard. He knew how everything was going to go growing up for me. He's one crazy bastard. He still let me walk that road. God still let me walk that road. Think about that, Adam. He still let you walk that whole road. He knew exactly how it was going to play out the whole way. He still let it happen. He knew how hard it was going to be. More than you did, Adam. And he still let it happen. Think about that. God saw it before it happened, and he still let it happen. Think about that, Adam. Goddamn. Crazy cat. God is. Crazy cat, God is. Always has been, I feel. that's all I'll say for this video. I know I haven't responded to all the comments on the last video, but eventually I'll catch up on the comments. Eventually. One of these days I'll catch up, One of these days. Maybe my channel would be a success if I kept up with the damn comments still. Maybe it would be a success. Who knows? Yeah. But yeah. Second hardest road, no question about it. No question about it. This is the second hardest road ever walked. No question about it. Really wish I wasn't walking it still, but I am. No question about it. Goddamn. If anybody even knew how hard this road was to this point, they'd be like, holy hell. Exactly. Because by this point, I thought I'd be fully healed, a fully healed man, but I'm not. And God knows that's messing with me. I thought I'd be fully healed by now in every way, even to the point of not being on meds of any kind. I thought I'd be that healed by this point. God knows I thought that. And since I'm not, it's thrown me off. I'm like, shit, maybe it is over. God knows I think that way now. I'm like, shit, maybe it is over since I'm not fully healed at this point. Fully grown. My soul growth is completed, basically. Maybe I should start seeing it more as soul growth instead of just heal me. Heal me instantly. Yeah, maybe I should see it differently. And I admit that. But anyways, I got some cool movies that I rented, that I've always been curious about. I've always had, father-son issues. So I got this movie that I was interested in. It's called The Son. And I've always been curious about this movie because I had a rough time being a son. Not just a son to narcissists, but a son to God as well. I've had a rough time being either one. You know what I mean? I have. So, I wanted to rent this, The Son. And it has Hugh Jackman, the Wolverine, you know what I mean? He's playing in that, so should be good. And another movie I was interested in, The Sound of Freedom. It's about a cop that tries to rescue children that were, I don't know if they were trafficked or part of sex trafficking children, something like that. And he just went on a rescue mission himself, you know what I mean? He tried to be Jesus, be a savior, basically, I guess. Try to save the kids. But in a way, Jesus doesn't really do that, save the kids. So it's kind of interesting, So he's doing more than what Jesus did for the kids, for me, as a kid. You know what I mean? He's trying to save the kids for real from abuse. I don't get to, but his name, he's the guy that plays Jesus. So that's what's interesting. I just caught that. He's the guy that plays Jesus in the Passion of the Christ. And he's being a savior in this movie. Very interesting. God knows I catch those kind of things. Very interesting. Yes, indeed. But anyways, should be interesting. Not sure which one I'll watch first. Maybe The Sound of Freedom, Just so I can imagine what it would have been like if someone came to save me as a kid. Just imagine what it would have been like. Since it didn't happen, I can imagine what it would be like if someone came to save me. You know what I mean? Basically. I didn't need anybody to save me. That's how tough I am. Don't you forget it. Live to regret it. Don't forget it. I didn't need a savior. That's right. I survived without one. Don't you forget it. Or you'll live to regret it again. I basically did. I did survive without a savior all those years. I did. Did Jesus ever get me out of the home? No. Did Jesus ever remove me from the home? No. Never. I survived without a savior all those years. A lot of Dragon Ball Z. A lot of heavy metal. Don't underestimate the power of both to survive. Don't forget. Don't underestimate it. To survive Psychopaths, heavy metal, Dragon Ball Z. Don't underestimate it. That's how you survive. And video games. That's how you survive Psychopaths. Indeed. Yes, indeed. So, the secret of surviving Psychopaths in a hostage situation as a kid: video games, heavy metal, and Dragon Ball Z. That's how you survive. That's how you survive. No matter how long it takes. No matter how long it takes to do all those things over and over and over and over to survive. That's how long it takes. And don't you forget it. And don't make me say the rest of that phrase. Don't make me say the rest of that phrase. Or you know what the rest of that phrase is. Or you'll live to regret it. I don't know why that's so catchy for me right now. But it is. It's like a catchy Dragon Ball Z line, you know. I'm always afraid someone's gonna wreck my parade and like, you can't make funny videos anymore. You can't do that anymore. I'm always afraid of that. I'm like, goddamn. I'm like, someone's gonna ruin it. Like, oh well. Make them while I can, you know what I'm saying? Too much truth. Can't speak too much truth. No. No more truth. No more. Just like growing up in religion. No truth. No talking from you, little man. No talking, no truth. Can't expose abuse in religion. No talking from you. Too bad. I'm doing it right here, right now. Right here, right now. Years and years later, I'm doing it here, right now. All the abuse of religion. Right here, right now. All the ugliness to the forefront. Right in your face. Just like the Sound of Freedom movie. All the ugliness in your face. That's what this is. The ugliness of religion has a face. The face is me. I'm the ugliness of religion that survived. Don't you forget it. You live to regret it. I know a lot of you guys are going to start saying that. That'd be pretty cool, you know. All of us are going to start saying that. Don't you forget it. Live to regret it. To everybody we see, that's what we say to them. Don't you forget it. Live to regret it. I used to have a catchphrase. No bullshit. I used to have these catchphrases growing up. I was like known for these catchphrases. Everybody knew me for these funny catchphrases. Like, and one of the catchphrases I said was exactly. Not exactly, but just exactly. And really hard on the Z. Exactly. And everybody else was saying it like me. Everybody was. Every time they saw me, they were like, exactly. That's what I do. I start catchphrases. Don't you forget it. Live to regret it. That's what I'm good at, you know. Always have been. Always will be. Another thing I used to say was like, I like your style. And then my friend would say, I like your moves. Like, oh, nice. Thanks. I like your style. Kind of the same way you guys communicate with me with funny emojis on the YouTube. That's kind of what I did in real life with people, just like catchphrases, you know. But my newest catchphrase is, forget it. Live to regret it. Someone's going to steal that. I know that. Someone's going to steal that catchphrase. They always steal stuff from me because I'm that original. Narcissists are not original. Don't forget that. You live to regret that. They're not original. So they're going to steal it from me and say it's their own. But fuck them. I can still make some more and more original stuff. It'll come to me. I'm not original. Just like that song, you gotta come original. Gotta come original. All entertainers come original. You know that song. I know you do. Especially if you grew up in the 90s. And don't you forget it. Don't forget the 90s. Best era of all time, the 90s. Music sucked after the 90s. You know it, I know it. What happened? All music sucked after the 90s. What the hell happened? Yeah. So don't forget the 90s, or you'll live to regret it. Don't forget the 90s, the best period of a human history. You know, music. Although the 80s were pretty good. Heavy metal 80s. And then techno 80s. Yeah, as well. Rhythm as a dancer. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good song. Don't you forget it. Don't forget Rhythm of a Dancer. Or What is Love? Baby, Don't Hurt Me. Don't forget that one as well. Because nobody knows what love is. So what is love? Yeah. Only God knows what love really is. So don't you forget it. I won't even say the rest of that line. Or you'll regret it. If I say the rest of that line, you'll regret it. If I have to say it to your face. But anyways, I got a movie to watch, but I had to make this video because it kind of made me think that I definitely bit off more than I could chew with the life I chose. Way over my head. Way over my head. That Jesus has to intervene completely and help me. That much over my head. Jesus has to completely intervene later in life. To this point, he has to be with me. 100%. That's how hard it is. Only Jesus can pull this off, this road, in my opinion. Only he can pull it off. And he's pulling it off through me, but he's really the one pulling it off. He is. So a part of Jesus is a mean guy like me. A part of him is me. The mean part of Jesus is me. Don't you forget it. Live to regret it. I'm the mean part of Jesus. He has many parts of his body. The body of Christ. But I'm the mean part. The meanest part of Jesus. I'm the battle axe. Don't you forget that either. I wreck shit. If Jesus wants to swing me at a temple, if he's mad at the temple for selling stuff at the temple, he'll swing me at the temple. Wreck the temple. Like he did with the money changers. He'll get mad and swing me. That's what he'll use me for. That's what he uses me for. If he's mad at a religion, he sends me in to flip up the tables, the money changers. Flip up the money changers. Flip up the ushers, the usher plates. Flip them up. Like, Jesus would not approve of this. Flip them up, you know. The usher plates always bother me. They still do. God knows it bothers me. Because God sees through my eyes. I know he does. So he knows the money usher thing bothers me. It does. I'm like, I almost feel like Jesus back in the day that wants to flip up the tables at the money changers. When I see the ushers, I'm like, bullshit. Like, fuck this shit, yeah. Jesus never need the money. You don't either. You guys forgot about the man Jesus was. Who he was, you forgot about it. You turned it all about money. You forgot about the man he was. The good man Jesus was, you forgot about it. And all religions got way off the mark from the good man Jesus was. Don't you forget it. Live to regret it. So, that's what I'm here to remind people of. That they've gone way off the mark of what Jesus was, is, the kind of man he is. God he is. I'm here to remind people, I think, in a battle axe kind of way, like in your face, in a way no one's ever done it before. You know what I mean? I just have to get that confidence up to do that. I'm like, if I put people in their place, in their face, I can do it without being afraid, you know. And God's building my confidence up to that point. I'm like, be more confident around men of God, like no other, that I could put them in their place by myself. You know what I mean? The one they put in their place, or they tried to put in the place growing up, is putting them all in their place now. Me. You know, you forget it. It's going to be me putting everybody in their place. It's going to be total reversal. Total reversal of how things went down. God knows it. Total reversal. Yeah. The corruption of religion, I'm going to strike it down in their face. All the corruption. Strike it down like a battle axe. Wreck it all. Maybe. Who knows? Only God knows. Like I said, he'll utilize me the way he wants. If he wants to put people in their place, he will. You know what I mean? If he wants me to put a pastor in their place, he will. Don't you forget it. He will use me for that. And he knows it. He can. He knows I'm not afraid of them. I'm not afraid of any of them. I wasn't even afraid of them as a teenager. I wasn't. By the time I was a teenager, I wasn't afraid of the leaders, really. The men of God that represented God, I wasn't really afraid of them. I was standing up to them as a teenager. God knows it. If you watch my life, he knows I stood up to them. I started standing up to them as a teenager. I'm like, fuck you guys. I'm like, you guys are fucking arrogant. I told the guy to his face. I'm like, you're fucking arrogant. You know, the way he was treating this handicapped kid. I'm like, you're fucking arrogant, motherfucker. I did that, and God knows it. If he watched my life, he knows I did that. You know, I stood up to them as a teenager in Mormonism. I stood up to them, 100%. I did. They put me in my place as a kid, but when I was a teenager, I was angry. I was putting them in their place. I wasn't afraid of them. People twice my age, I wasn't afraid of them. But now I'm twice my age from back then, you know. I definitely should not be afraid of them now. You know what I mean? Definitely shouldn't, you know. And God knows that, you know. God's like, you're a strong-ass man now. You shouldn't be afraid of anybody. You're not even afraid of Jesus. Remember, Adam? I'm like, all right. I did say that. I did say I'm not afraid of Jesus. I did say that. But if he showed up, it might intimidate me. You know what I'm saying? Because he's stronger than I am. You know what I mean? That's intimidating. But anyways, enough about that. That's why it surprises me that I'm alive right now. The way I acted in religion growing up, my rebellious nature, God would never help somebody like that. Never. According to that religion, never would help somebody like that. That rebellious. That, you know what I mean? In every way. That disrespectful. You name it. God would never. He would strike somebody like that down. That's what I thought. But here I am. I'm still alive. God's helping somebody that was rebellious against religion. Against men of God that represented God. God's helping somebody that was rebellious against that. You see where I'm coming from? It's confusing. That's why I'm like, God's helping me? I was a total rebel in religion. Listening to heavy metal. You know what I mean? I'm like, God's helping me? What the fuck? It still confuses me. But he is. I'm like, goddamn. I'm the last person that people in religion would think God would help. I'm the last person. Absolute last person people would think God would help. It is me. Absolutely. But anyways, I want to watch this movie, Sound of Freedom. Maybe I'll be free by the end of it. Maybe I'll feel free by the end of this movie.